The call from my brother Howie came early in the morning. He'd been traveling and is home in San Francisco. "Hi, Lynn. How was your trip?" I ask. "Okay, just left me tired, a sore throat, but I'm coming to New York next week." "Great," I say, hoping he doesn't have strep. "I'm sure you'll be better by then." The day before he arrives, I buy parsnips, carrots, celery, onions, dill, and parsley, ingredients for Grandma Fanny's chicken soup. I chop the celery and carrots and add them to the pot. As the steam rises, I think about Howie, the teenager. He lived with me after our mother died. "Take care of Howie," my mother had said. Suddenly, I became more than a big sister. The sweet smell of soup fills the kitchen. I add kosher chicken, extra broth, and taste like my grandmother did. I add salt and dill. The next day, when I leave for the airport, I take a water bottle for Howie and cut up an apple. I look for Howie at the arrival gate. Howie, 6 feet, 2 inches, light brown hair appears. I see his handsome face instantly, his backpack hanging off his shoulder. He bends down to hug me. It's been that way since he was 13, taller than I am, having to bend down to meet my petite frame. As soon as we're in the car, I glance at him for a second. "How are you feeling?" "Not sure, about the same." "I've got chicken soup for you." He shrugs his shoulders the way he did when he was a boy and didn't want to answer. He used to follow me around with my friends, staying close by my side. Howie is quiet on the ride home from the airport. He sips water, takes a few bites of the apple, and then puts his head back to rest. When we arrive at my house, he's almost asleep. "We're here," I say. In the house, Howie drops his bag on the floor and flops down on the couch in the living room. I head for the kitchen to heat the soup. When it's ready, I bring him a bowl. He sits up and looks at me. "Listen, Lynn, my friend Ari's not well. It started as a sore throat." "I'm sorry. I remember Ari, wearing his white silk yoga robe." Howie smiled for a second. "I'm worried. The doctor's worried. Tom and Bob are ill too." If he said the word AIDS that day, I didn't hear it or know what it meant. Now that I think back, he must have. It was 1982. For the moment now, it's 1962. Howie is 16. I'm doing laundry. I pick up his ripped jeans, and a Comfort Inn motel receipt falls out of the pocket. I realize that he must have slept there with his camp friend William instead of staying at Eddie's house, like he had told me. I'm angry, confused, and afraid. I don't let him know what I suspect. Instead, I go to the family doctor. "It's okay," Dr. Phillips says. I didn't hug Howie or tell him it's okay after finding the receipt or talking to Dr. Phillips. That's when people whispered, kept secrets. I stayed silent. But now, here we are in my living room, and Howie's not feeling well. He came anyway. This isn't like when he left a motel receipt in his pocket. He's here next to me. "We'll call doctors in New York. Maybe you just need rest. We'll get you better." I don't yet understand the agony that lies ahead. I sit next to him on the couch, hold his hand. I smell the soup. I wonder if it's boiling. "I'll be right back, Howie. I'm coming right back." I run into the kitchen to turn off the stove.